Joining us now, two people affected by this scandal, Sonia Williams and Glenda, currently fighting to prove they are British citizens. Very good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Sonia, you came to the UK from Barbados back in 1975,
Yes.
when you were 13 years old. You've lost work because of this,
Yes.
haven't you?
Yes.
What's happened?
Well, they just basically told me they didn't need me anymore back in 2014.
Your employer?
Yes, and they made me redundant. But I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, oh, they didn't need me anymore. It's not until I couldn't get a job. Every time I applied for a job or sent off an application, I heard nothing back. Still didn't think anything. And then in 2016, the Home Office told the DVLA I'm not resident in this country and to revoke my driving licence.
And that may well be now why you've not been getting work.
Yes,
why you've
and
lost
then
your job.
I connected the dots later, and then I realised that's what's been
And as
happening.
somebody who's been British
Yeah.
for over
44
years,
yes.
how do you feel about suddenly being told, actually, officially, you're not British?
You're not British. You're an alien, really.
What do you feel about that?
I don't know how to feel. I'm numb. I'm ashamed. I'm disgusted.
So denial of your dignity
Yes.
and your identity.
Yes, my identity.
And your rights,
Everything.
actually.
Everything. They just stripped me of it and just left me aside.
Glenda, you were working for the NHS.
Oh,
I was,
For
yeah.
16 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what happened to you?
I actually got told in the middle of, like, my position, you have to leave because you haven't got a British passport. I
This
said,
is so disgusting.
I was in shock. I cried. I was angry. I
How
didn't
long
know.
have you lived here?
Since I was 6 months old. I came over here with my relatives, my parents, when I was 6 months old. So the only thing I've ever known is England.
And is the problem that when you came over, tiny baby,
Baby.
you were travelling on your parents' passport?
That's right.
You wouldn't, as a 6-month-old baby, have had your own documentation
Nothing at all.
that point.
Never.
And then the first you know about it is you lose your job working for our NHS.
Yeah.
What were you doing there? Then?
I was administrator, practice administrator.
Well,
when I was
how
12.
ironic.
Yeah.
You're an administrator, and this is an administrative error
This
of
is it.
catastrophic
Exactly.
proportions.
And Glenda, how do you feel about about basically you being delegitimized as a British citizen?
It hurts me because I'm a mother of 4 British children, you know, and so why am I not British? What did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong, and it's not my mistake because I'm here. You gave me a national insurance number, so I'm somewhere. You know, I gave birth to children in a hospital in England, so I'm here.
You'd think that there was so much of a paper trail and
Definitely.
evidence of your
Definitely.
contribution,
Yeah.
paying taxes,
Exactly.
working for the state.
Exactly.
Sonia, when you hear that in 2010 thousands of documents were destroyed, and it was Theresa May, our Prime Minister, who was the head of the Home Office when this was done, basically meaning there was no proof for thousands of people that they are British. What did you think about that? Because that happened, we found this out overnight.
Yeah. Why were they destroyed? And then you're asking us for this information when you know you've destroyed it.
That piece of proof that might have helped you to work and support yourself.
They've destroyed it. They've got
gone.
rid of it. So
Do you
got rid of me.
both know a lot of people in similar positions who've got that anxiety from what has been going on?
Yes,
We
I know
do,
quite a few people.
but among the Caribbean people and West Indian people, we have pride, so we don't want to
We
come
don't
out
wanna
and
talk
say we're
about it,
embarrassed. Some people are
yeah.
embarrassed because you get the odd saying, well, why didn't you apply earlier?
Yeah.
So you're embarrassed about it. I mean, I've known her for 40 years. I didn't know she
we
was
didn't
going
know
through
we was
this.
going through the same thing.
We
So you,
didn't.
so you didn't even tell each other because you were both embarrassed about what's been going on. Well, I think it's utterly shameful what's happened to people like you. You're as British as I am.
Thank you.
You've given so much to this country, and it is utterly offensive what has been going on. It's a scandal of huge proportions.
You've both lost work because of this. I asked the Cabinet Minister yesterday whether there was going to be compensation for people like you, and he talked about reasonable legal expenses, legal costs. How much money do you think you've lost out on? If you can't work and you can't claim,
I have no idea, but
it's almost unquantifiable,
yeah,
isn't it? 'Cause you
we've
wouldn't-
had nothing. So
Well, we're going to follow these stories up. We're going to follow your stories up. We'll follow up anybody else you want to direct us to, and we will make sure you don't end up spending 1 pence on this because
Thank
it's
you.
ridiculous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is utterly ridiculous. And shame on Theresa May,
Yeah.
frankly, our Prime Minister, who was the head of the Home Office when all these documents got shredded, basically immediately people couldn't prove they were British. I mean, it's disgusting.